Yo, what is up guys? It's Pedro here, and in today's video I'll be recapping day 10 of the Washington Commanders training camp, going over some of the biggest plays, takeaways, and unfortunately some injury updates. If you guys are new, subscribe, hit that like button, and that notification bell as well. Also check out BetUS, first link in the description, and the Discord server. Go ahead and join that. We'll do some giveaways as well. Alright, so let's get started with some injury updates. So Curtis Samuel got work in early 11-11 sessions, then was out the rest of practice. Rivera said he had some tightening, declined to say where, being cautious, and they're going to continue to be cautious with Logan Thomas. So two updates that I don't really love. I mean, the Logan Thomas thing, he was out yesterday with the calf injury, so it's not really a surprise he's out today, but again, which makes it a little bit more concerning, but it'll really be an issue if he's still not practicing in another week or so. The Curtis Samuel thing, it's one of those where it's like, okay, we'll see. I mean, he said there was some tightening. We don't know where. I mean, that definitely could be groin. I mean, a lot of the times where that happens is the groin, maybe the hamstring, a little bit of that, but most likely it's the groin or maybe, again, the hamstring, and that would be really bad for the Commanders. But if that does happen, De'Ami Brown can come in and step up. I don't think this is a big issue at all. I really don't, but it's just really, really hard to say without them really saying much. And honestly, I give Curtis Samuel and Rivera props for this. Like, we know how badly it was handled the first time around, so Curtis Samuel to realize, okay, a little tight, probably in this groin or wherever it is, okay, let me sit out before this gets worse, and instead of it, being 2 weeks or a year like it was the last injury, okay, maybe it's a week or 5 days. And hey, right now in August, early August, that is totally fine for him to miss 1 week or even 2 weeks because he's a veteran. Yes, he needs to know the offense, but he'll be able to get the hang of it. So it'll really be day by day with this. We'll see how it continues. I'll start to get concerned if he's missing, the next few days of practice. But if he starts in the next few days or so to get some work in, individual work and stuff like that, same thing with Logan Thomas, then I'll feel a lot better about the situation. Let's see. So I want to go through, John Kimes, what he tweeted today. So Forbes working today, tweaked his left groin Saturday. He didn't do the 11-11 work, I think, but he was, doing the individual stuff. So that's better than I thought. Logan Thomas missed practice today versus Forbes, who at least did the individual stuff. So he'll be out the first preseason game, which I hope not, but that could be the case. But I think there's a chance he plays, but he'll probably be kind of the next couple days be in and, doing the individual stuff, and then maybe by the 11v11 he's out, but they'll probably slowly work him back. Sadiq Charles was doing the stretching and some individual work, but later on, Kimes says in 11v11 work, Paul was with the ones, Charles not working, and Forbes wasn't 11-11 work either. So it's been close to a week since Emmanuel Forbes has been out, or not Emmanuel Forbes, sorry, Sadiq Charles has been out with that, I think, calf injury. So this is not good for Charles, who has struggled with injuries in the past, and also this is giving Paul basically a whole week to get the work with the reps with the ones, and apparently he looked good today. Same thing, they look good, Cosme looked good, so something to watch out for. And Rivera was really pleased with how the offensive line looked today. Today overall was a really solid day for the offense. EB to the offense, he was hype. Made a video yesterday talking about how Eric Bieniemy is transforming this offense. Go ahead and check that out. But I talked about Rivera, said the offensive line work was positive. That's kind of it for what Kimes said. You guys can see that quote right there. Let's go into the other stuff. Matthew Paris talked about the Sadiq Charles injury. He's right there doing some, individual work, but didn't participate in 11v11s. And then Cody Barton, that was another injury yesterday, a little bit of a hip flexor, was 100% today, and that is great. And then Jacoby Brissett threw a pass, but it was batted at the line and picked off by Danny Johnson. And, a little bit of a funny exchange there between Eric Bieniemy and Rivera, if you guys want to see that. And then apparently, right now, Joey Sly is winning the kicking battle against Michael Badgley. Badgley hasn't been the best, missed a 50-yarder, and it was short. It's hard. I mean, I'm not saying it's hard to miss a 50-yarder short, but when you're in the NFL, you had a miss hit if you're, coming up short on a 50-yarder, because they've obviously got the distance. It's just the accuracy on the 50-yarders that's a little bit, tougher. Like Joey Sly has a really, really strong leg. It's just sometimes the accuracy isn't there. But Badgley has the edge on him in the extra points. But, it's just a wait and see kind of with this situation. The preseason will be a little bit of a tell. But honestly, it'll really be more camp because the amount of reps they're going to get in the preseason, like, they don't kick that much. They might kick a few times a game at most, like 3 times, maybe, let's say, 2 touchdowns, 2 field goals. So they get probably around 4 to 5 kicking attempts a game. So I think Sly really has to mess up for Michael Badgley to overtake him. I think Joey Sly has the upper hand, and it's his job to lose. So, yeah, but it'd be an interesting situation there. See anything else? Not really. He said, I'm feeling good, a little tightness. This is about Curtis Samuel. I don't want to get it to the point where anything can happen, but I feel good. I'm just going to keep taking my body and get ready for tomorrow. So kind of what I said. I really like his approach on this. Don't want it to become a thing. It's not a thing yet. It's a stage before a thing, but if you go out there and maybe make a wrong cut, a little bit too aggressive, or maybe land the wrong way, then you can develop, you can make that injury worse, especially with like sharp cuts and stuff, which Curtis Samuel does. Okay, now JP Finley talking about Howell. He said Howell's at his best when the ball comes out fast. He has the arm to beat DBs to the edges. Terry and Jahan can win on those routes. Quick 7-yard out routes, can pick up first downs, sustain drives. Mix that with effective run game, and you got something. So overall, Sam Howell had a good day. Let's go over some of the play-by-play from Zach Selby. Says Howell's first pass to McLaurin, not a bad way to start the week. Mitchell Tinsley had a nice catch. I think it was he said made a leaping grab over Castro Fields and then caught a bullet from Brissett on the next play. If I remember correct, or I think I saw a tweet, that was a one-handed catch. So Mitchell Tinsley continues to impress. And at first, I thought, and a lot of people thought it was going to be Casimir Allen, but from the way things look, we know the first 4, and then after that, it's probably Byron Pringle, who I would put at 5, and then maybe Dax Milne at 6, and then Mitchell Tinsley at 7, if they keep 7. So that's what I would think right there. And then Zach Selby says, initial impression of the offense today, a lot more efficient. Receivers getting open, offensive line has looked better. In the run game, Leno and Paul moving well on pull blocks and open space. Love to hear it. And I was thinking about this today. Like, overall, I think the Commanders have hit pretty well on these 7th-round picks. Usually 7th-round picks might not even make the team. They got, James Smith-Williams, who, is on this is his 4th year with the team. And is he great? No. But he's a good, solid veteran, solid edge rusher, as a backup. And then you got Cam Curl, of course. You throw in Chris Paul, who has a chance to be a starter in his 2nd year. Dax Milne, obviously, is he elite? No. But, caught a touchdown pass last year. Able to do some returning duties, which, not great at. But again, getting significant playing time. You got some other guys as well. Shaka Toney, who was okay, before he ended up getting suspended for gambling. And then, Christian Holmes played last year and was pretty good on special teams. So, they've done a good job in the 7th round. Because, again, usually those guys barely make the team. So, I want to talk about that a little bit. First team offense ends the drive with a field goal. Chase Young had some, nice play where he blew up the screen play on the other side of the field. Derek Forrest got an interception off Howell, overthrew Tinsley. So that is something, sorry about the voice crack there. That is something that's very interesting. Howell throwing to Tinsley. So Tinsley got some work with the ones. So we'll see. But hey, that's a little bit of news right there. Commanders offense working on run plays at their own 1-yard line. On the first play, Howell connects with Cole Turner for about a 20-yard gain. So good to see. And I didn't realize that, but of course, since Logan's out, these tight ends are going to get a bit more of an opportunity. And Curtis Hodges, I don't know if he was back today, but haven't heard much about Cole Turner. So good to see him get a nice play there. And that's kind of it for the play-by-play. I want to look up. I want to see that catch, if it was a one-handed catch or not for Mitchell Tinsley. But again, overall, nothing crazy happened today. But looks like Mitchell Tinsley had a really nice day. And then, let's see, nothing. I can't find it. But apparently it was a really, really nice catch. But had some injury updates today, in terms of Curtis Samuel. And then Logan Thomas still out. But some guys back like Cody Barton and Emmanuel Forbes. Looks like he will be 100% fine in the next week or so. So that's kind of it for today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe if you guys new, and peace, man. Again, check out BetUS and that Discord. Going to be doing some giveaways there. Peace.